Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you for joining today. Happy 4th of July if you're watching it the day that I recorded it. I hope you are making memories with your family today and just enjoying time together and the freedoms that we have. I just wanted to make a quick little devotional video because I've been thinking a lot about a seed, and I kind of last Sunday when I preached talked about this a little bit, but I just wanted to share it with you guys, just share a little bit of my heart. And I started thinking about a seed and the amount of potential that is inside of a seed. Like when you look at a seed, you see what it's going to be. You don't really spend time looking at it and thinking, oh, look at this little seed. What's it going to have to go through to become a carrot or, to become a big tree that gives us shade or whatever it is. You think about the thing that's coming out of it, not what it has to go through to get there. And I think that we need to think of ourselves in that process sometimes because, when a seed first gets planted, it has to be separated from the rest of the seeds. Because if I just take a bag of seeds and I dump it all in one place, and if they even begin to sprout, they're going to be competing for room and competing for position, and it just becomes a mess, and none of them will get roots deep enough for it to work. So we have to separate the seeds and we have to plant them individually in specific places. And that is so us. That's what God has to do with us. He has to separate us. He has to separate us from the things and the people that keep us from Him, that keep us from growing deeper in Him. That has to separate us from things that separate us from Him until it's just us and Him, so that He can begin to work on us. And once we're separated, the seed goes into the ground. And if you think about it, like once it's covered up and buried, here's the seed in a dark, cold, lonely place. And I feel like there's probably some people watching this that you've been in a dark, cold, lonely place before, where you feel like nobody's there, nobody understands. You don't understand what's going on. You don't understand why you had to be separated from everybody. And Satan uses that time when God is getting ready to do something in us to try and make us feel like we're all alone when God's right there with us in the process. And then the seed begins to need to be nurtured. And so it needs water, and it needs to be in the right soil, and it needs to be planted at the right time of year. And that's kind of like how we are. We need God's word to nurture us. We need His presence. We need to, to pray and read the Bible, and we need to sit in the sun, S-O-N. And then the next step for the seed is it begins to shed layers. And I think that some of you might be in the place right now where God has taken you, He's made you lonely, and now He's shedding things off of you that are not of Him, because we have to be separated and all about Him and His purpose for our life before we can begin to shed the things that are not of God. He might be shedding your bad attitude. He might be shedding your impatience. He might be shedding a relationship that you don't need to be in, whatever it may be. But He's just beginning to shed these things off of us. And that's because what's about to happen is you're about to break through. And that's the part of it that I want you to remember. Whatever you're going through right now, whether you're in the point where you feel lonely, where you feel like things are coming off and you need nurturing, or whatever point that you're in right now, there's a breakthrough coming. And so I don't know if you've heard the story about Chinese bamboo, but Chinese bamboo takes 5 years before it ever breaks forth out of the ground. Can you imagine what people think when they walk by these fields and they see these farmers taking care of dirt for 5 whole years? Making sure that everything's right, that the bugs are out of it, that they water it at the right times, that it doesn't get too hot. It looks like for 5 whole years that all they do is just take care of dirt. And I'm sure people walk by and they're like, what are you doing? Why are you wasting your time? What's the point? The same things that they do in our lives when we're going through stuff. What are you doing? Why are you waiting on that job? Why are you breaking up with that guy? Why are you, pulling yourself away from this? Why are you changing that? They don't understand and see what's about to break forth. But what I love about Chinese bamboo is after that 5 years, it takes 5 weeks for it to grow 80 feet in just 5 weeks. See, once you break through, once you've had all this stuff happen and you've let God get in there and work and move and work in your life. You're going to break through and you're going to grow, and you're going to grow at this rate that you never seen coming. And so I just want to encourage you that if you're in that seed stage where you feel like God is doing something, He's planting something, and you're having to take care of it and baby it, and people are looking at you trying to figure out what you're doing and what you're going through, keep going, because you're about to have that breakthrough. You're about to have that moment that makes sense. You're about to have that moment where promises are going to be fulfilled, and doors are going to open and things are going to be completed. It's coming. It's right on the other side. Just trust the process. Trust that God knows what's best for you, that He is doing what is best for you, that He's going to get the glory on the other side of this. And if you're whatever position or season you're in this seed and this planting, just know that fruit is coming and that you're about to break through. You're about to break forth. Grow your roots deep. Take this time to plunge into God, into His Word, into His presence. Worship in your bedroom with the door closed. Seek His will, seek His face. Prophesy the promises that you know are coming. The things that He has promised you, speak them over your life over and over and over and over and over until He brings it to fruition. Remind yourself and remind the devil, I know what God said I am. I know where I'm going. I know what He promised me. And keep pushing, because I'm telling you, you're about to break through. There's about to be growth and fruit like you've never seen before. I hope this encouraged you. I hope that whatever season you're in, that you are just pushing through, that you and God are growing closer. And I love you guys. Thank you for taking time to join me for this quick little minute today, and I'll see you soon. Happy 4th.